I'm Laura Folker here at the Digital Health Summit Live studio at CES 2020. And joining us today is Tamir Kessel of Breezometer. He is the Business Development Manager. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hi Laura, thanks for hosting me.
Yes, so Breezometer provides real-time and hyperlocal pollution and pollen data. Tell us, how is that related to digital health?
So there are a variety of conditions that are directly affected by poor air quality. So bad levels of pollen and pollution directly affect the health conditions of people with skin conditions, allergy, and different respiratory conditions such as asthma and COPD. For them, this sort of information is really important because we're providing this data down to a hyperlocal level. Also, air quality information is really important to the general public because research has been showing that pollution has a direct correlation with conditions such as depression, happiness, diabetes, and even hospitalizations.
Wow, I was not, I know it's an issue, it's a real issue that we deal with, and it's worse in other countries than others. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are, how does this work for people that know nothing about it?
Sure.
Tell us what the software does.
Sure, so our aim is to make air quality data as intuitive and simple to understand as weather data. So in the same way that you can see a forecast for weather, you'll be able to see a forecast for air quality, for pollen, okay? And making that accessible and easy to understand so that data is not in gibberish of environmental science, with all due respect, but making it really easy to understand and take actions with that information, such as pollution is high, we suggest you close your window, or connecting that directly to your car so that as you drive through a polluted area, the car will automatically stop bringing in polluted air, it will circulate air inside the car, and then as you come out of the polluted area, it'll start bringing in fresh air again, and thereby reduce your exposure.
For somebody who always has my windows down, this would be very useful to know. So, as you said, air quality directly impacts our health conditions and the quality of our life. How is this valuable information being made available to patients and to the general public? How can we use this?
So Breezometer offers this data for free in a consumer app that people can download and track down to really a street block level. So really outside your home, outside the building where you work. We also work very closely with a number of different health organizations to help them build better digital experiences, for example, around preventative care. So by making this information available to asthmatics or people with allergies and telling them in advance when pollen or pollution is going to be high, they can better plan their day. Maybe decide if they're going to go out with their kids to the park and the kid has asthma, they know which park to go to where they're going to have less exposure. And that way, less chance of having an asthma attack or the condition getting worse. Another area is around clinical research. So imagine you take historical data of patient records. So you know when somebody had an attack or an asthma attack or suffered from allergy, and you correlate that with historical data on pollution and pollen. You can then do really personalized research on which pollutant are affecting which parts of the population, and thereby learn more about these conditions and build more personalized medicine.
This is fascinating what you guys are doing. As a Southern California resident, I can personally say how amazing this is, and I know I speak for many. So I can check the level of air quality inside my home. How can health organizations then utilize this same data? Yeah,
so I mentioned preventative health and increasing adherence to different types of medication schemes. But what we're seeing, for example, is take ALK. ALK is one of our customers. They're one of the leading European over-the-counter allergy medicine companies. They're a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
They wanted to keep their customers better informed about pollen allergies. So what are the symptoms, what are the causes, but they also wanted to keep them engaged. They built an app that basically gives you real-time information in very localized real-time information about what pollen is outside your home right now, be it tree pollen, weed pollen, grass pollen, down to even the level of different types of trees, and down to a 1 kilometer radius. So you can know, as somebody who suffers from allergies, exactly how to plan your day. And again, ALK are giving this as a free digital app, and in that way engaging directly with their customers, something they've never been able to do before as a medication provider.
That's really fascinating. Well, what's next for Breezometer?
So we recently released also a fire API, which gives information and warnings on other environmental risks such as fires. So we know what's happening in Australia right now, which is quite terrible.
Yes.
And what we're doing is providing that data in real time and warnings, but also taking that data and calculating information, how the smoke and the plumes from those fires distribute and disperse in the air, so that, again, people who suffer from these conditions or the general public can be aware. And we actually track, based on really sophisticated algorithms, how the air is moving the pollution from the smoke around so that people can better protect themselves.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming and telling us about this. It's so wonderful to meet you. And with that, we're signing off. This is Laura Folker with Digital Health Summit Live Studio at CES 2020.